Day 20. You are almost 3 weeks in. Heads up, tomorrow's going to be a big one. Today, we are talking about something that completely transformed the course of my life. We're going to talk about your vision today. This is something that we do together at the beginning of every year. We obviously talk vision and goals, and I know that this is a huge part of this community, is just really assessing what we want out of life. So today is going to be that, but I think it's going to be pretty powerful. And it is something that you can physically do that's going to change your life forever. I did this years ago, and I want to actually vow to do this today with you guys. So I will put up all the collateral for this in the Daily Grind group. I will give you guys what you need for this. We're going to go through all the details, but first, and by the way, the Daily Grind group, we get this question a lot. We have a Daily Grind VIP support group. I think it's at almost or over 4,000 people. Every time I check, I'm shocked at how many people are in there. So all you need is your planner. So because it's a support group for the Daily Grind, and using your planner and just people show like their spreads and their goals, and they talk about everything. It's such a great group. They get early access to launches and stuff. Everybody's asking about the Christmas launch today, which I said I would announce I'll literally announce it on like midnight on Halloween night, or maybe like at the end of the day on Halloween, because we all know when the clock strikes midnight on Halloween, it turns into Christmas. Boop. It's like a fairy godmother. Boop. So let's talk vision. Let's talk about all the things, and I will get you guys all the collateral in a few minutes in the group with whatever you guys need. So I have four questions that all pertain to the next few years. So in the next few years, we're going to talk about 4 categories. The first one is financial. How much do I make per year? And what is my career in the next few years? What's your goal for yourself? It's a really specific question. Do not feel like you have to answer this in the comments. Sometimes it's a really good way, though, to do a public promise and put this out there to other people that you respect and love. And by the way, while you guys are writing this out, the community that has formed in the comments and in the live chat when we do these is the most, like, I could cry. Like, when I see you guys come back year after year and you guys are all saying hi to each other and you know each other, it's pretty heartwarming. And if you are new to the group, please do not feel intimidated in any way. These are the nicest people on the entire planet. So feel free and safe to share whatever you want. So no one will laugh, no one will judge, no one will think that you can't do that. If anything, you might have the best cheerleaders that you never thought existed. In the next few years, how much do you want to be making per year? And what is your career? I have goosies. Okay, I want to give you enough time to answer. So Andre and I are on live with you guys. Sometimes it's a member of the Daily Grind team on the Daily Grind YouTube channel. So sometimes it's Andre. He usually announces himself and says it's him. Sometimes it's Sam. Brittany's usually on. Brittany from Customer. We have 2 Brittany's. Kara's usually on. So the whole team is usually on, and watching Chelsea's also on. By the way, Chelsea is the master behind a lot of the graphic design work that you guys see. So I work closely with her also. So the Daily Grind team is on and with you. So in the next few years, how much do you make per year, and what's your career? Okay, if you haven't written it yet, you have a couple seconds left. Write it out. Write it out on a piece of paper. If you're too shy to write it in the chat, all good. But a public promise is pretty powerful. All right, in the next few years, this category is home. Where do I live, and what does my house look like? I love this one. If you can get super, super specific, I shared this the other day of just like the vision that I had for this house, and I didn't even think that it was anything possible, and it's become a reality now. By the way, listen. Do you know I never used to be able to do this? There isn't even a sound. Picture what you want. Either your current home, has it improved? Have you moved? Where do you live? What does your house, what does your space look like? Even if it's just cleaner, what does your house look like? Share it in the comments. Or if you're on the live chat, even better. Okay, the next category, this one's fun. Travel. In the next few years, what is a dream trip that I am going on, and where am I going? Andre and I shared this in a recent Q&A. We really traveled a lot for a few years. We got bit by the travel bug, and now we just are very happy staying put. We're happy here. We're happy in our Disney house, and that kind of becomes our travel. We go on cruises every once in a while because it's like an hour, not even, to the port to go on a Disney cruise. But somewhere that we both, I know Andre really wants to go to Japan. That would be a dream trip for sure. I haven't wrapped my head around it yet because it's really far. It's not that I don't want to go. It's a really far trip. I know that we both want to go to Switzerland also. So those would be like dream trips. And that's the 2 on our bucket list. Sky's the limit, whatever you want. Bora Bora. Where do you want to go in the next few years? By the way, that candle smells really good. You smell good. Smells like haunted houses in here. The fourth question. The fourth question is lifestyle. In the next few years, what is something special that you can afford to do for yourself and for others? What would that look like? And by the way, can I just give context? Don't overthink this. Few years can be 2, 5, 10. It's whatever your gut, it's what you're thinking. You don't have to overthink it. There's no correct answer. It's whatever you want. Maybe to take your parents on a dream trip, or to go on a family vacation with your kids, to be able to take your kids somewhere, or to be able to give your kids the most magical Christmas ever. It can be anything you want. Just something that gives you all the feels. One thing that got me, I was in like such a slump, probably like 12 years ago. It would come up on 12 years ago, and I just didn't know what to do with my life. I've shared this story so many times. And the thing that pulled me out of it is like I said on a recent video, I think it was when we were doing our Q&A, just get angry. So I got angry about my situation. I was frustrated. I didn't want to continue on with what I had studied in school. I wanted to start my own business. And I got this idea that if I could take Andre on his dream trip to Disney and stay at one of the luxury hotels, and that blew my mind. I was so scared, but that became the North Star. Not the amount of money I wanted to make a year. It became, how much do I need to make to support our lives, but also be able to afford that. So that kind of became the goal. So think about it that way. Okay, the next part is really fun. So the second part in today's manifestation is your goals. I would love for you, now that we've kind of talked about different goals from travel, home, career, income, just amazing things that you can do with your life. What is a big goal? And you're going to need 3. A big goal that you really want to make happen. So let's just start with number 1. What would be the first big goal that you would like to make happen over the next couple of years? And you can take from your list of all those goals, like the glow up goals and all of that we've gone over the past 20 days, and jog your memory over everything that we've gone through now that you've built your confidence and you've grown up and you're working at yourself. What is something that you know is possible that you could do? Scary as heck, maybe. But it's within your realm of possibility because you've thought about it. So anything's possible. What's the first big goal? And then when would you like to achieve that by? And the last part of that question is, how much would it cost to make that happen? Or what would it make you / cost you? Because if you land your dream job, it's going to make you something. If you buy your dream home, it's going to cost you something, but it might make you a healthier, happier person. So what's the big goal? And when do you want to hit it by? And what's it going to make / cost you? Good. I'm trying to think. I want to play this game with you guys. I'm trying to think. Okay. Big goal number 1. Andre and I have this gigantor goal of, right now our goals are very home oriented. So I would say kitchen done by winter 2020. What year are we? Winter 2025. So we would start the project probably throughout the winter and hopefully 100% completed by the spring of 2025. What will it cost us? I'm not disclosing that, but we're budgeting it pretty freaking tightly, and I'm very proud of us. And yeah, I have the deadline date. So that would be number 1. So are we good? Am I helping you right now? Goal number 2, drop it in the chat. What would be your second goal of something that you really want to achieve? Second goal of something I'd really want to achieve. I know. I can't tell you what, but for the Daily Grind to have a record launch day. And you don't even know what it is. You have no idea. You might find out tomorrow. You'll probably find out tomorrow. And not in terms of, I think this is where a lot of people go wrong with their goals, is if it's just money and dollars, and it's got to be, especially for people that are wired like me, that are like a creative, it will drain you to always think about that stuff. So for me, it's about how many people can this help and reach? And it's also about like me versus me, like outdoing myself and doing something I never thought possible. So I'm really excited about that, and just seeing something come to life that was inside my head. That's goal number 2. Oh, target date. You'll find out tomorrow. I'm not spilling no beans that soon. I'll spill all the beans tomorrow. Big goal number 3. We're doing pretty good. Big goal number 3. This one's really for my husband. Andre, I shared this the other day. Andre has this goal of, we have this spa, I guess we call it spa. It's like a Scandinavian. Do you know what these are? They're like, you go, it's outside. There's like hot tubs and cold plunges and waterfalls, and it's just really beautiful. And we have we have a couple actually where we are. They're so nice and we love going. But Andre was like, how cool would it be to have, like steam room and sauna and hot tub, which we have, but like cold plunge, like those types. I don't know if we would ever do a cold plunge. I mean, we have a lake, but to do those types of things. And he's really big on the benefits of like an infrared sauna. But it's such a bougie big goal that I feel like it's crazy because it would have to be built. But I think it's possible. And it's really something that he truly wants. And where this stemmed from, and I shared this years ago, it's so funny. When we went on the Disney cruise, they have this thing called a rainforest room. And the goal was, we were sitting in there and Audrey said, how cool would it be to recreate like a rainforest room in our house? So I would like to make that a reality. Deadline for that? Oh gosh. Maybe by the end of next year. So the end, like this time next year, like 2025, like end of the year. Because that's a big goal, but I think it's doable. And how much would it cost? A lot of money, a lot of zeros. I don't know. But what it would make us, I think it would improve our health. I really do, in terms of peace of mind and slowing down. And I just think it would make him super happy. There's not many things that man wants, but he really seems to want this. And it's been like a long time that he's wanted it. So do you have your 3? I just shared my 3 pretty open-heartedly. And you see how, like, I don't really, to be honest, I'm sure that there is at least one human being that's like, well, those are stupid goals. One, they're not going to say it here. But if somebody thinks that, then that's on them. Like, I think that if you are so excited about the potential of changing your life, helping somebody out, doing something for your family, and you're just that excited, it overturns all possible doubt from other people. Like, it's literally like your goals coming true and what that means for your life is so far greater than any, I'm just going to say it, butthole's opinion. I was going to say the other word, but I know that sometimes there's little bib is watching. Oh my gosh, there's always, people always tell me like, my kids love watching your channel. I'm like, this is why I cannot swear. I won't. Unless, you know what I can do? It is like when I do lives for subscribers or lives for the Daily Grind, it sometimes comes out then. Okay, let's do the last part of this. This one's a good one. Okay, so now for the part that changed my freaking life. So you might know this story. I graduated with my degree in architecture. I was 20-some years old. I did not want to continue said job in architecture. I had gone for a couple interviews. I didn't want to do it. I was him-hawing around. My bank account was declining very rapidly. And I read this book that said to write yourself a check, like of what you would want to earn. So me being the overthinker that I am, I wrote 2 different ones. I wrote one that would be what I would make in a year, like a pie in the sky. This is what I would make in a year. I think the number was $200,000. Because at the time, that seemed borderline impossible to me, which is crazy. And this, by the way, hopefully you know me better enough than this. It's not a flex. It's more just like I'm mind blown that seemed so impossible back then. And we, like, Andre and I have more than made that happen in the past years, which blows me away. Because to think of little old Angie when I wrote that, I was like, I don't know, girl, but we're going to try. So if that's where you're at, where you're like, I don't know, girl, I'm going to try, that's good enough. That's honestly good enough. So I would like for you to write out 2 checks for yourself. This is the collateral I'm talking about. I will get you a blank, like a really pretty blank check. I will put it in the Facebook group for you. So if you're in our VIP Daily Grind group, you can print it out. If not, just write yourself like a letter or print one off the internet. You can find one. Write it out, fill it out, the number on it, sign it. And you can say, like, where it says like paid to the order of, put your name on it. I think there's a from, right? If there's a from on it, write like the universe, like whatever it is that you believe in, like big dreams, my dreams, like whatever it is that you believe in, that number. And then maybe do a second one that would be like your weekly. Like what do you make a week? You could do a month if that's easier. You could do bi-week, like if you get paid every second week. But what does your paycheck look like? What does it look like? Every week, second, like a smaller one. So what does that look like? That one, I don't remember what number I put. I think I put like 5,000 or something, like something that at the time seemed really, really crazy. And I know I hit it, but I just remember it seeming insane. So here's what I did. I filled out those checks, I cut them out, and I taped one to I taped the big number to the ceiling. We used to have these like industrial vents in our first condo, like our apartment. And there was like these big vents. Was anybody around back then? Like the brick wall condo? Truth. And I always think about this. When we moved out, I think I left one of the checks behind, and I'm sure the new owners were like, what the heck? So one was above the bed. So when I would wake up in the morning, it's the first thing I would see. The other one was taped on the side of the cupboard next to my tub. So only I could see it only when I was seated in there, because there was like a rack next to it. So it was like under there and I could see it. And I looked at it every single day. And it was just a daily reminder with no pressure. I think that's why it works, is just, you've got this, you can do it. So go write out your check. Focus on your goals. Today was a really big day. Tomorrow's somehow going to be bigger. I'm legit nervous for tomorrow. I'm excited, but I'm nervous. I hope that you guys will be on live with us if you're able to. If not, obviously the video will be up and you'll probably you'll know all the beans by then, but tomorrow's going to be a big day. So I hope that today was transformative for you and helped a ton, but I will see you tomorrow with some pretty crazy news. Bye, you guys. Love you.